I'm waiting to see what the Attorney General of the United States will do now.
Should the Attorney General, who I think, was he a student of yours at one point?
Yes, Merrick Garland was a wonderful student, and I believe he has a spine. I believe that he is not going to let this former president threaten him and say, come and get me, I dare you, make my day. That's what he's saying. And if in the face of that, the evidence that is in front of all of us does not lead, not simply to following the breadcrumbs up the path, but actually bringing an indictment through the grand jury that is now sitting in Washington, effectively the Attorney General will have been saying something that I don't think Merrick Garland wants to say, and that is he's being influenced by politics and by threats. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We certainly don't lay down in front of them and let them walk all over us. And this is domestic terrorism that he's threatening. He's saying, I'll do the coup all over again, and if it has to get violent, it'll get violent.
Let me just ask you, I mean, should the Attorney General of the United States take into account potential ramifications of charging a former president with something? I mean, in this country, the idea of, one party in power and the Attorney General investigating a former president, that raises all sorts. Many people will see that as political, might see that as political. Should the Attorney General take that into account?
Well, it's politics either way. He certainly should take into account the fact that if he does not pursue the evidence that is now in front of us, that will be transparently political and cowardly. Yes, of course, it is not a routine thing to charge a former president. It's also not a routine thing to have a former president who openly confesses that he tried to overturn the election in which he lost. It's not a common thing for us to have a former president who wants to turn this into a dictatorship. That's what's unusual. Of course, we don't want to go after somebody for vindictive reasons. That's not the point. The point is to hold him accountable so that he doesn't do it again. And only convicting him of aid and comfort to an insurrection would disqualify him from ever running again.
Laurence Tribe, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.